the show, Chercher L'artiste. I'm Leslie Dalencour, and we have a special guest today. She has been my guest before, but she's doing so many great things in the Miami world area that I invited her to come back, and she's going to be doing a segment with me every month. So, without stopping, listen, Josie Lentner, former Miss Haiti. Bienvenue, welcome.
Merci, Leslie. I'm so happy to be here with you.
I'm so happy for you to be here. And we were just talking like that about the segment. That will be something phenomenal because you are into fashion. You are tell our telespectateurs what you do, and then also talk about your show because you have your own show too. So that will be, we're gonna talk. Well, we really have 20 minutes. So I'm going to let you talk. So welcome. Tell us what you do, who you are.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Josie, also Josephine Lentner. I am a former Miss Haiti. I'm also a model, content creator. I have my own podcast. It's called Get Cozy with Josie. I also own a booking agency, so I love to collaborate with businesses and models to get them hired and get them booked. Besides that, I work in the ed tech space. I'm a creator, and I just love to be multifaceted.
And I've seen your stuff. It's really good.
Thank you.
I followed your show. Again, give everybody the name of your show so they can go. And where can they see you?
Of course. You can see us at Get Cozy with Josie's podcast on YouTube and at Get Cozy with Josie's pod on TikTok and Instagram. We just wrapped up season 1. We had an all-women's cast. It was absolutely amazing. I got to speak with some amazing women. And now we're getting ready for season 2. And we're going to have an all-male cast of people to interview. Yes, it's going to be exciting.
How is it in the world of modeling in the Miami? When I was growing up in Miami Beach, I lived in Miami Beach, and I live down the street from a bunch of modeling agencies, and I used to see the models running up and down and doing shoots on the beach or in the streets. Is it still the same thing?
It's very much still the same thing. Not much has changed at all. I think the only thing that has changed is that now the fashion and modeling industry is a lot more inclusive.
Right.
And there's a lot more work for freelance models in addition to signed models. I myself am freelance. I still haven't been signed yet, and I branched into my own realm of business, and I still work a lot, do runway. It's actually amazing how inclusive and open the modeling world has become.
I see on TV a lot of fashion shows, a lot of new designers, a lot of Haitian designers, and a lot of younger designers, not only in the fashion world, but Jessica Vieux.
I'm actually wearing her jewelry right now.
She is phenomenal. She's
absolutely amazing.
One of the 30 on 30 on Forbes. That's
absolutely
good,
amazing.
Jessica. I mean, I am so happy, and we didn't talk her.
I had her on my podcast. I
did
yes.
See that one,
she's absolutely amazing.
We need to get her.
Yes.
And I mean, 30, Forbes, that's phenomenal.
It's very big. I'm so proud of her. I'm so grateful I get to call her one of my friends. She's phenomenal.
That she better be coming back here. and there are a few other designers for, like I said, jewelry. I love the piece that she did there, and for fashion as well. A lot of swimsuits.
Yes.
I think you do great in swimsuits.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, we're definitely. You're gonna have to send us some stuff so we can play. We can put them.
Of course, chop it in. Yeah.
Chop it in. So But besides that, tell me, what else are you doing?
So I mean, like I said, I mentioned that I model, I have my podcast, and I also have a booking agency as well. So now I'm essentially on all sides of the business. Like I model and I am part of that side, but now I'm also on the back end. So I have the opportunity to provide work to other freelance models and work with some amazing businesses to help them solve the need of booking a model. Because a lot of the times, I mean, we have like smaller businesses that may not have the budget to work with an agency and pay like a $2,500 day for a model that's signed to one of these big agencies. So I come in is most of the time, if you know a small business, what are they going to do? They're going to try to see whose friend or who they can call randomly to help shoot for their content, but that doesn't produce quality content.
Indeed.
So I essentially help them find models that will work within their budget and that are
models that are in the industry that know how to behave.
So we don't have models signed to us because we are primarily a booking agency, but because we're in the field ourselves, me and my co-founder, Cassandra, we have met the majority of the freelance models throughout Miami. So the women who are submitting and the men who are submitting to our jobs, we've met them, we've seen their portfolios. So we do vet the models that are getting booked as if they were signed to us.
You know something funny? A few years ago, quite a few years ago, first in Washington, D.C., I was a modeling instructor at John Casablanca's.
You know, I took John Casablanca's as a kid. Yeah.
So I was for 7 years, and then I came to Miami, and I worked on Miracle Miles, and I was a second in charge of John Robert Powers. For about 10 years.
I can't remember if it was John Robert Powers or John Casablanca, but my mom put me in
John
the one.
Casablanca at the beginning, and then after that there was John Robert Powers. I don't know exactly how.
There was one that was in Brickell Key.
Brickell Key. Me, I was on Miracle Mile. Miracle Mile. And yes, and for 10 years.
Oh wow.
And the name of the director was Sharon Schrenk.
Okay.
I remember that, and she was from the Midwest, and she went back home because she was tired. She was working too much. But I used to go to the schools and do my presentation on what's the day that all the businesses come to school and then they say, well, you want to be a fireman, you want to be a policeman.
Career day.
Career day.
Yes.
And then I used to go, and at that time, my partner was a very good-looking young blonde guy, and we were a group called Deuce, D-U-C-E, and we opened for Gloria Estefan, Shusha, Enrique Iglesias, Ricky Martin. All the big names anyway. So because I was in the modeling industry, I knew people that were in the music industry. So I had one song, two songs, but still I opened for those big people. And so I had pictures with those people, and I cheated and I showed the kids my picture with those big artists, and they I want to be a model and everything, and they would come to the school.
That's so funny.
That's so funny. But we have some great people from Miami that made it really far in the business. In the business, that's incredible. That's so great that you're doing that. So for example, let's say you're going for a photo shoot for let's say a commercial. Do they need models? Do they need regular people for models? Do they have to be the people that are signing with your your booking agency? Do they have to be absolutely gorgeous, or do they have to know how to behave in front of a camera?
Well, I guess I'll start by saying, number one, like, beauty is subjective, right? So what is absolutely gorgeous? Everyone has a different look that they're casting for. So there are times where we need like a natural looking family, more of a girl next door, a high fashion model. We book based on the requirements of the booking. So it's more so that we require a level of professionalism and that they are more natural in front of the camera. Because yes, like a client could book a brand new model that doesn't have experience, and if they do want to go that way, we will book someone for them, but that's not always what we recommend. It's better that you book someone that is a little bit more experienced, or at least have some work prior that they've done.
Right. And do they have to, do you have a portfolio, or do you have a card now? What do they
everything.
Comp cards.
Comp cards are so important, but everything is on.
Still there?
They're still there, but everything is really on Instagram now.
Instagram?
Yeah. Your Instagram is your portfolio.
You just are, oh really?
Yeah.
So people kind of go to your Instagram and check out what you do?
I've had clients where I've sent them a comp card and they ask for the Instagram. they're like, we need to see like more what that person naturally looks like, rather than just like 4 images on a comp card or digitals. Or sometimes sometimes it takes a client maybe like 6 to 7, 8 pictures of one model to decide, okay, I want to go with this model.
Right. It's the same thing in music. I remember when we were doing the commercial for T-Mobile, and I was from a small little agency like this, and there was Chris Brown. There's a Chris Brown, right?
Yeah.
Chris Brown, and there was it wasn't Beyonce, the other one, the big one. She played in the Super Bowl. Anyway, it was my song against theirs. Oh. And then I got the commercial.
Oh wow!
I couldn't believe it.
Congratulations, that's amazing.
I was like, I can't believe it. So tell me about your experience. How you started. How you started also the Miss Haiti experience and also the modeling. How did you start?
I guess everything goes back to social media. I was creating content on social media through like Instagram, TikTok. I had gone to a point where I was just like, okay, I don't know how I'm gonna become a model. No one has scouted me or reached out to me. So if I am never gonna become a model, then the most I can do is create my own content and model for myself in front of my own camera. And then this was during the age of the influencers becoming very popular, where businesses and brands were now looking towards hiring influencers rather than models for that more like friendly, familiar type of energy and vibe. So I started creating content through social media, and then I started like doing little photo shoots for fun, and then through doing those photo shoots for fun, photographers started to reach out to me to collaborate, to do more photo shoots so I could build my portfolio. And I'm someone where like I'm relatively like fearless and a bit of a free spirit. So when
I know. I have seen you in that cap, that black.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
So I always, to me, if you're a photographer and you're on social media and you work and you look like you are somewhat professional, then I will just take the risk and say, you know what, I'll just go meet up with a stranger on a random Tuesday at 4 p.m. and do a photo shoot. Yeah. And it ended up working to my advantage. And then I started finding out because the model community is pretty like tight knit, I started finding out about different runway shows and Miami Swim Week. And I'm always like, I'm a naturally talkative and naturally friendly person. So I started to become friends with people in production, photographers, and I've over the years essentially built this network of people who will either use me for jobs, refer me to jobs, or just want to shoot for fun and like be creative together. And that's how I got into modeling.
To the beginning. Take a little bit, and then we're gonna come right back. You're gonna continue. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with our guest today, Josie Lentner. Josie, keep on telling me about what you were talking about.
Yes. So we covered how I started with modeling, and you also asked me how the Miss Haiti came into play.
Yes.
So.
And how old were you when you did that?
Oh my gosh, I was 23, maybe 23, I would say. And I mean, growing up, my mom always had me very heavily involved with the Haitian community, so it was no like shock for me to see misses at different events, because they would always like come to different events in the Haitian community, and I would always like look at them and think, oh my god, they're so gorgeous, like I would love to be a Miss Haiti one day. And I just kind of shoved that idea in the back of my mind and never thought about it again, because my mom was very anti-pageant. She was like, I don't know if that's really what I want you to do. And then and then of course, in typical fashion, I do absolutely everything that I want to do because it's my world. So I found out about a opportunity to represent Haiti, and I took it. Now,
and did they put an ad in the newspaper or something?
No, I actually was reached out to directly by my national director at the time, because they were looking for misses to represent Haiti, and they thought that would be a good representation just based on different things that I had already been doing in the community. And I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I said, okay, let me do it. was, I don't want to say surprised, but I found out that pageantry is very different from modeling.
Oh, you have the weight of a country on your back. Do you know that?
Yeah, I found out. I found out, but it is also such like an honor to be able to represent Haiti, especially a country like Haiti that's always often like overlooked.
Indeed.
And I've always grown up very passionate and very proud to be Haitian. So when I was given the opportunity, I was like, you know what, I may not be ready now, but I know that I will make myself ready and I will do everything in my power to be the best representation possible.
That's phenomenal.
And I think I did a pretty good job at doing that.
You were fantastic. I remember the first time I met you at the Caribbean Museum of Fort Lauderdale, and Jimmy Moise invited you, and I kept on telling him, she's Haitian, she's so gorgeous, she's amazingly gorgeous. I mean, you were humble. That's one other thing that I like about you. You are humble. You're not like, if I was Miss Haiti, baby, I'd be a trip and a half.
I can only imagine.
but it's you're abordable. I don't know how you say that. Like when people can reach you, they can go to you and talk to you.
Yeah, I try to be. I'm someone where how do I put this in this? I'm just someone where I like to be relatable. I mean, I was always kind of like the odd one out in school, so I always wanted to have like a community and build a community, and I didn't always have that going through school when I was like growing up. So I think because like I wasn't someone who people automatically want to talk to all the time, I made it a point to make myself as like approachable as possible, because I genuinely believe that everyone deserves a conversation, everyone deserves kindness, everyone deserves to be like included. Yeah. So I try to make that a point in my life to include people.
Do you still work with those gentlemen that did that party in South Beach one day? They had a get together, and you were with a bunch of other Miss Haitis, and they gave you a prize that night. Do you remember in South Beach, in close to Fontainebleau Hotel, or next door to Fontainebleau Hotel?
Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting myself. They gave me a prize.
That was maybe yes. You were with 3 other previous either Miss Haitis or Miss something Haiti.
Are we sure this wasn't in Little Haiti?
No, that was in Miami Beach. I remember I was screaming because I had to go to Miami Beach and find a parking.
Oh my gosh. Well, we're just going to assume that I don't work with them anymore because I can't remember. Was it a fashion show?
It was not a fashion show. It was a room where people got together and talked.
It was at Soho House. Yes. So, oh my gosh, that was actually such an amazing experience.
Yes. And the ladies were amazing.
They were absolutely amazing. So that event was essentially we hosted a panel during Haitian Heritage Month on beauty and inclusivity in the Haitian community, and I was so grateful because it was sponsored by Creole Essence, which is a Haitian-owned brand, and I also work with them. I create content for them. So we had the absolute pleasure of also being hosted at Soho House, which is also a very prestigious members-only club. And I think it was the first time that like a panel like that, especially about Haiti, was held at Soho, especially in Miami Beach. So I was very grateful to be a part of that. And I was also alongside some phenomenal women. I mean, Angelique Francois, which was Miss International Haiti, the current Miss Chukun, and Abigail Pierre-Louis. Both of these women are my dear friends. And I think that was actually like, both of them also helped me so much with my journey through pageantry, because I had never done a pageant, and
they both took you under their wing, and they kind of taught you, because it can be a catty world in the world of, not only the world of fashion, but the world of pageantry, because you're really supposed to be friends with everybody else, but you really want the position #1.
I mean, I feel like it's like that with any competitive space, right? Not just pageantry. And I ended up winning Miss Congeniality, which is like Miss Friendship at my pageant. Because, like, yes, we are here to win, and that is still my goal, but that doesn't mean that we can't build lasting and valuable relationships and friendships that are gonna go past this. I mean, no one's better or less than each other, so it's
I
like, why
agree,
not?
No better, not less.
Yeah.
But wait a minute. I think if I'm going to enter pageantry, I better be the better looking one. Okay, so I mean, I'm going to look at the other people like, yo, you know, you got what it takes.
Yeah.
So again, yes, you can be friends with someone, but hey, I got it. You know what I mean? So don't you guys feel that in the pageantry world?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely there, and it is always going to be there because it's such a competitive space.
It is.
But I'm very grateful to say that I didn't experience it as much as other people may have, and that's probably because I wasn't like exuding that type of energy towards others. So it's very hard, right? Imagine me and you are in a competition together and you want to be catty, but then I'm not being catty.
Right.
So it's like, you're not going to just be catty.
I know, that's going to be a problem.
No, it's not going to. And it's also like, it's one of those things where it's a sisterhood. It's really like, it's such a niche experience where it's like, it's only us and in this moment doing this at the same exact time, and no one else understands what we're going through except each other.
Exactly. For that, would there be a pageantry that you would want to create if you were to create one?
I don't know that I would want to create one or go into that realm, especially because I don't know if I'm done participating in them yet.
Right.
But I mean,
That's quite a question.
It's quite a question. It is quite a question. I mean, I think that I would want to, if I were to ever create a pageant, it would definitely be on the international scale, and I would want to bring in delegates from both the diaspora of each country and the country themselves, and essentially have two different platforms.
Oh, wow.
I think that would be interesting, because there's always this like, I guess, argument of like, who can represent a country, someone from the diaspora or someone from that country.
Right.
And it almost like creates this division, when in reality it's like, at the end of the day, you are still representing that country, and if you're carrying your country in your back,
So
and
anybody with Haitian blood.
yes,
So that would be interesting, don't you think?
I think that would be interesting.
Are there certain restrictions for the regular Miss Haiti pageant?
I mean, the biggest restriction is that you need to have Haitian citizenship. That's one thing.
Oh, you have to have this Haiti. Can you be Haitian American at the
Yes,
same
you
time?
can. You can.
Oh, okay.
But that's like any country. I mean, even if you want to represent the U.S., if you don't have United States citizenship, you
course,
can't
right.
represent the U.S. So that's, I think, the biggest restriction. Outside of that, I mean.
But now, how do you choose? How do you choose between your two countries?
Well, I think
It's the one that asks you to represent them, I would think.
I mean, not necessarily. I feel like you would, whatever you feel most proud to represent, whatever you identify with the most. I mean, there are girls who are Haitian, but they choose to go USA because they just feel as they identify more with being American, or American culture. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And then on the flip side, there are girls who grew up here who are also Haitian that never tried to do the US and only try to do Haiti.
Right.
Yes.
No, that's true. That's phenomenal.
It comes back down to, I guess, what you want to represent.
If you were to give an advice to a younger girl, let's say a girl that's 12, that sees you and that fantasizes that she would like to become you, or she'd like to achieve what you've achieved, what would you tell that girl or that guy?
I guess I would tell them to always be consistent, even if you don't know exactly how you're going to get there or what the end product is going to look like. Make sure that the work that you put into it is consistent, because there have been times where I sometimes lose track of what my journey is or what my path is, but even when I'm in those states of confusion, I'm still consistent in what I'm doing. And consistency doesn't mean giving 100% every single day. Sometimes it means 5%, 10%, 20%, whether it's going to a casting or whether it's just posting a video, but there is something that is consistently, there is inspired action being taken place every day or every week. And I can only give advice that people have essentially called out about me, and one thing that people always say to me is that I'm very consistent. And look, you said you were going to do the show. You were there on time, and you know it's fantastic. People remember that because a model that is never on time, you know, you have a whole crew that's waiting for you, and you know you're not going to make it. Of course, or even in the sense where it's like, let's say you want to be an artist and your dream is to like showcase your art at like the Met, right? That doesn't mean that you just twiddle your thumbs every single day and you wait until you have your big break, or you wait until you have an exhibit. That more so means that you sketch every day, you paint every day, you do something every day that is intentional towards what you want. So for me, it's like, I think my biggest end goal is just to be one large brand.
And you try to make people know about you, know that you exist. Because if people don't know that you exist and that you say you're a content creator, you have a podcast, people can go and find out, hey, what does she have next week? Look, I applaud you that you had all the girls for the first season, and then now you're going to do all the guys. I'm going to follow because I just want to find out, you know, is there a specific day that your podcast comes out?
So as of right now, my podcast is released on, we haven't released yet, but you can, typically we do episodes every Wednesday. Okay. So every Wednesday is when episodes come out. Right now you can watch the first 13 episodes on YouTube, and they were released on every single Wednesday. So
tell us again the name of we are coming to the end of the show, so the name of where they can find you.
So you can find me at Josie Lentner on all social media platforms. You can find my podcast at Get Cozy with Josie's Pod on Instagram and TikTok, as well as Get Cozy with Josie on YouTube, Spotify, and everywhere that you listen to your podcast.
And where could they get in touch with you if they wanted to get in touch with you?
Oh, you can get in touch with me through social media of all platforms. That's the quickest way to get in touch with me. Okay. And then also with my business, La Vie Agency, you can find us at La.V Models on Instagram.
Excellent. Congratulations. I wish you the best. Thank you so much for doing my show. And like I told you guys, every month we'll have her once a month to talk to us. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure being with you today. Chercher L'artiste, I'm Leslie Dalencour. Take a little time to do something nice for somebody this week. Josie, thank you. I love you. I love you. Bye.
Bye.